All right. And hello everyone, and welcome to stream. Yo, it's been a hot minute since I said that one. Hello everybody. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome into stream. How am I? How are we too? How are we, Josh?
We're doing pretty good.
Pretty good. Sick. There you are. Hello. Hello everyone. Welcome in. Yo, Solo Guy, you are the only sane one. It's true, Josh is the only sane one. But hello everyone, welcome to stream, welcome to... It's roasting day. Welcome to roasting day. I hope you're all ready to be put onto skewers and held over a fire. Because that is what we do on roasting day. We don't actually roast art, we actually just roast you. You're all going to be the next week's dinner. I hope you know that. I'm just joking. Can you tell that I'm really tired? We just had, like, Josh and I teach right before this. Both, like, a little bit sleepy. But I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all doing... I mean, I thought this was a premiere? No, it's live. It's live, Goofy Pigeon. I smell the grill starting. It's starting. Who let them cook? I don't know. Everybody let us cook. But alright. Before we get going... Ooh, let's see how well I can do this one now. Before we get going... All of you know the drill, because if you didn't know, our growing community is filled with tons of artners, and we artners have to stick together. So if you are an artner too, be sure to check the links to our social media in the description below, and check out our website for our class offerings, where you can get critique, guidance, and encouragement from our instructors, because we're not just a YouTube channel, we are an art school too. So if you'd like to support us so we can keep making free content, consider supporting us by becoming a YouTube member for exclusive channel perks like emotes and sub badges, or supporting us on Patreon for as little as $2 per month, where you can get access to tons of perks like my working files, critique sessions, class recordings, and a huge discount on our classes that have a limited amount of spots, so be sure to check those out before they are gone. Couple of extra announcements as well. Not only do we have all of these fun things going on, fall classes are back up and running. The first day was today, so if you'd like to sign up for any classes, I have a few spots left in my digital, a few more spots left in my mentorship as well. Josh, you got any spots left in your classes?
Yeah, we got a few more spots in my drawing and painting mentorship, as well as a good amount of spots left in the drawing and animation classes on Tuesdays and Thursday, I believe.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, grades of the classes, that's the fun part. There is no grades to the classes. You can sign up at, well, we recommend usually, I think it's like 13ish and up generally, but really it's like most people of all ages sign up. There are different classes for different general age ranges, but Josh and I teach the more advanced classes, so that is what our class levels are. So fall classes have started up. If you would like to check out the classes we offer, wingcanvas.com over on here, and we have a giveaway that is going on right now for an XP pen tablet. If you would like to sign up for said giveaway, you're gonna have to join our Discord, go into the giveaways channel. This giveaway is the last call. The giveaway ends on the 15th if you would like to submit your entry, so be sure to do that before the 15th. I believe Iggy will also remind you tomorrow. But it is just a quick and easy survey, under 2 minutes to do. It gives us more information about you guys and what content you would like to see from us in the future, so we can properly, curate the YouTube channel to your wants and needs and likes. So be sure to join the Discord to get access to said giveaway for a chance to win a free XP pen tablet. I believe it's the one with the screen. It's the Artist Pro, something along those lines. Right? I can read it. I got it. One person will receive an Artist Pro 16 Generation 2, and another person will receive a Deco Pro LW, also Generation 2. The Artist Pro 16 is a tablet with a screen. The Deco does not have a screen, but the Artist Pro 16 is their kind of Cintiq-like tablet. So just participate in the survey, include your email, and you have a chance to be... You will be entered for a chance to win one of said tablets. But alright. Let's get into the roasting section. Now, all of you, I am more than disappointed in every single one of you. Okay, I need you to know this. Alright, our lovely mod, Shield, he so lovingly created this GIF for you to follow in the submission section for you to figure out how to use Google Drive. Okay, it tells you, like, hey, you gotta share your folder so that we can, like, you know, see it. Okay? I have never had so many folders that I could not access. Okay? You know how many I counted? 12. 12 of you nerds didn't even know how to share your Google Drive folders, alright? I didn't even count how many people decided to use a Google Doc and copy-paste your artwork into there. Okay? I didn't even bother to count that many because there were so many of those as well. Some of you just used image hosting sites that I didn't even know existed. I don't know what an image BB is, but apparently that's something that exists. Okay? I don't know what y'all were doing this time around, but I'm disappointed in every single one of you. Shield is crying. Kevin is crying right now at the lack of following instructions that went on. Okay, because we gave you all instructions and you didn't follow them. So I'm very upset with every single one of you, and I'm disappointed. I just need you all to know that before we begin. Those are my words. Josh, do you have anything to say before we begin?
Yeah, I was also really confused with that image hosting site. I was like, what is this?
We discussed it. I was like, yo, you ever heard of this one? He's like, no.
Yeah, and you know, the docs, when it's put in docs, I mean, it's fine, but then, you know, it's just annoying because you gotta scroll out, like zoom out and then screenshot it. It's like, why can't you just, you know, it's just easier to just open a file in Google Drive and then download it. That's it.
Exactly, because then we have to take because then we have to take a screenshot of it, and then the quality shifts, and it makes it all ugly, and then what are we supposed to do? You know? That it's your fault for making your work uglier. Some of you also just took photos of your screens. I don't know why you did that. There's a couple of you that decided to do that. That's like, instead of taking a screenshot or just saving a JPEG, you decided, I'm gonna take my phone and take a photo of my laptop screen. And I don't know why you did that. Have you never saved a file in your life? I'm sorry. I just don't know why you decided to do that.
They want the compression to hide all the mistakes. You know?
That's good. That's funny. But all right, let's get into it before I cry myself, because I don't want to keep on talking about Google Docs because all of you are disappointments. We're gonna be starting off with this one. Submitted by Amber. She submitted this one. AmberSky_art. Once again, another person who decided to include their handle and then wants us to go search for whatever social media site it's supposed to be on. I don't know what social media site AmberSky_art is on, but I guess if you really want to try and search for it, you can. Now, this piece that she did, right? Josh made a really good point about this one, where it was like, Josh kind of looked at it and he went, okay, and then kept moving. But there was more that we ended up talking about the more that we looked at this one, right? It was like, immediately, right, there's a lot going on. There's a lot to unpack here, right? We don't really understand where our scaling is supposed to be, right? We have this really big building, right? These chairs are so tiny compared to this person, right? The person compared to the garage door as well. This person is huge compared to this garage door. Let's do this, right? Y'all ever seen a garage? I've seen a garage. Look at the height of this person. This person is as tall as this garage door. That is a tiny garage door, okay? This person is also almost as tall as this fence here. And these people are also really tiny, and this tree is blurred, and this background's blurred, but for some reason the god rays aren't, right? Don't really know what's going on there. you zoom in here, right? Because I'm annoying and I like to zoom in, right? These are not drawn bricks. They're photos of bricks, which is like, you know, on one hand, right? Photo bashing, fine. But then you kept in all this line art and you kept in all this other, like, just kind of, you use the dodge tool, I can tell. It's like you decided to keep in all of this other shading in here and you didn't really render this out. I'm not too sure what the quality is supposed to be on this one. You also copy pasted these windows, which is like fine. You can see this one is the same as this one. But this window is broken. It's just this one singular window that's broken. I don't know what this texture is supposed to be because it looks not great. But it like you zoom out, you can't even tell. It just looks like a strange little splotch that's going on here. And I'm not too sure what's happening in that regard. There's just a lot to unpack here. Josh, you got anything else to add, my friend?
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I didn't pick it because I looked at it, I was like, oh yeah, okay, you know, there's a lot of dynamic lighting happening. Honestly, like in terms of like rendering and quality, like at quick glance, it's like, oh yeah, it's not too bad. But the more we start looking at it, the more it's just like, wait, why is the light like being cast from the building? Like, because usually it's the other way. When the god rays hits a building, it's why is it flipped? Why is it inverted? And then like what you said, the whole photo bash thing with the brick texture is kind of like odd, and like there's a lot of focusing decisions being made. It's a lot of interesting decisions. I think that's the biggest takeaway. You look at there's like you can start every little decision that this person made and you're like, wait, why? Or like, wait, how'd you get to that decision? Like the focusing, the photo bashing details, the window textures, the scaling, the shadows, the lighting, everything is like, wait, why is everything done in this way? You know, the drawing is beautiful. To be fair, yeah, the drawing itself, but then once the rendering happened, so many creative decisions went into this, and it's really just, I'm just baffled or bamboozled. I don't know. So confused.
Yeah, it feels like there's a lot of puzzle pieces here that you grabbed from a bunch of different sets and decided to try and force them together, and none of them work. Like, that's kind of what I'm seeing in my brain, right? Even the composition feels a little awkward. Like, look at how, like, the tangent for the corner of this building as it hits the edge.
Tangent.
It kills me,
like,
man.
That tangent.
It kills me. I was like, the first thing I saw was like, why did you make this building so high up? And then, like, there's so much space down here, right? It doesn't make any sense in that regard either. And then you also have it directly in the center of the thing. Like, don't do that. Okay, we don't do that.
Even the little smoke, I don't know what those things are. You know, the rotating for like the ventilation right at the rooftop.
Oh, this thingy?
There's like right in the middle. Yeah, like that thing. It's like there's like a sliver of like sky right above it.
Let me share my screen so you're like so you can like not have to worry about there we go. So you don't have to worry about keeping track of the stream.
Of the delay.
There you go. You don't have to worry about the delay. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that sliver right up there, it's so like just either expand the canvas or lower the building down. Yeah. It's that easy. Tangents are we bring up tangents because, you know, tangents are just really easy to fix. Just expand the canvas or shift everything over a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's like easy, quick fix.
For those who don't know what a tangent is when two things align just a little too perfectly. It makes everything feel claustrophobic. Imagine that you have a tree, right? It's a really ugly looking tree, but imagine you got a tree, right? And there's a car going behind the tree. If the front of the car touches the tree like this, that perfect kind of alignment, what happens here is that it creates a tangent because it's like it kind of becomes difficult to tell which is in front of which, right? And you're like, oh, it's like this kind of touches the edge and it looks really awkward, right? So either you move the car farther back here or you bring the car so that it is completely overlapping the tree, right? Completely behind the tree, right? So you do one or the other. You don't like, you know, keep it there because it ends up making everything look awkward and ugly, right? So you never want to do that. So this right here, this corner, you can also have tangents with the edges of your canvas. So right now this corner is creating a tangent up here and it makes all this spacing really awkward. Same deal, like you have a good amount of space down here, but then you have this like all the way up here and you're like, oh, what's going on? Right, I think that the problem as well with this one, why it's like I looked at this and I was like, I don't feel anything, is like the composition is also awkward. Right? It doesn't really follow any rule of thirds. It doesn't really do anything. For those who don't know as well, the rule of thirds is if you create a 3x3 grid on your composition, right? There are points on this grid that your main subject should hit, right? The general center of your main subject should hit, right? To create a much nicer composition. You know, it's a really easy way to make this composition feel a little bit nicer. You just do that. And suddenly it's like that building feels more centered. It feels like it's the center of attention again, you know? Why can't I not flip horizontal?
Quick fix. Easy
Quick fix.
Yeah.
Easy fix. It's there's so many things. I also, here's the thing, right? I know that you're trying to do the photo bashing thing. I feel like you heard the word photo bashing once and you're like, okay, I'm gonna like attempt this. But then you decided to just copy paste it in. That's really not what photo bashing is. The photo bashing is that you're not supposed to let us know that this was originally a photo. It's supposed to feel like natural, you know? So it's like all of this feels like it's just been like stamped and like not really worked with. Like you've tossed an overlay layer on top of it and you're like, I'm good, bruh. But like it doesn't really work that way, you know?
It's also not following the perspective of the building too, I don't think, right?
No, absolutely not. Yeah. You have the edge, right? I was thinking of perspective, but I didn't even like bother to look at it. Yeah, if you look at this edge of the building here, and then this one right here, the vanishing point is right here then. Oh, is that what they were going for? Oh, it is!
Oh. Interesting. You know, or maybe it's on a higher sea level, you know?
It's on a higher
sea elevation.
level.
I don't know, yeah.
But that's... Okay, but
so like photo bashing, like if anyone does want to try it, it doesn't mean you just grab photos and copy and paste them and that's it. Like you still have to do a good amount of painting.
Yeah.
It's more of like there to just help guide you so you know what like a realistic texture for something might look like and whatnot, but like you're still gonna have to do a good amount of work still.
Yeah, no, photo bashing is like I feel like people hear photo bashing. Hang on. So sorry. Photo bashing is like you can't, like, people hear photo bashing and they go, oh, it's like, that's cheating because they just copy paste an image in and it's that. But Josh is right, you still have a good amount of work to do. You still gotta paint on top of the photo bash that you have, right? It's meant to kind of give you a starting point for your painting and then you're supposed to move on from that and work from it, right? This just feels like it's just underworked. Like, I can see where, like, here-ish, you kind of tried to, like, okay, let's make this blend in here, but it's still so obviously a blend in here. This is also a really awkward spot for a perspective point here, because if you have one here, and then your other one is so far off here, it's also just, they're very awkward places to put your horizon line as well. Okay, because if this is your... Yeah, because if this is your vanishing point right here, this is your horizon line. Yeah, because then it's like these two, and then this one's really, really far off on this side. Oh, then the tops of the buildings are wrong, because if we have, like...
Are you gonna put on a full panoramic?
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing
just to
this.
lay out the vanishing points?
Yeah. We're seeing this. I wanna pick this apart. We're checking this.
Dissect it. We're breaking down the thought process of the artist.
Okay.
Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Kevin. I told them that you're crying. You're crying about how, like, upset you are that nobody followed your Google Drive tutorial. Are you crying? Are you sad? I am crying. See, he's crying! He's crying, guys!
Yeah, Kevin's great, guys. He helped me out with, like, the tagging the submissions for the art monthly challenges. I was like, wow, a video GIF to show me how to check stuff.
Yeah. Kevin is so helpful. He worked so hard to create this beautiful GIF for all of you. And he's crying because you all failed him. Always a beautiful GIF. Exactly. I'm so disappointed in all of you. Yeah, I also just don't understand this, but
Yeah,
if you're...
that window crack is
we both keep
it's such a weird one because the funny thing is like all the windows, the blue ones, they're all like low res, but then that crack is like so sharp.
so sharp,
It's
yeah.
so you can cut yourself like, I guess visually and literally on it, but like why are the other windows so like just blurry and everything?
Yeah, it's so
What
clearly
happened?
like you decided to just take a window crack texture and paste it on there, and then you didn't bother. Here's the thing as well. Let's do this fun little thing as well. Measuring this guy against this window. Look at how oopsies. Look at how tiny these windows are compared to this man. This building is so small. It's just the
Wait, I
size
just
of a house.
realized that guy is like the height of the garage
Yeah, I pointed
thing,
that out at the
right?
beginning. Yeah.
Oh my
It's the
god.
same.
Yeah.
And he's so big compared to the chairs. The chairs are like the size of his like ankle. Like how is he gonna sit in that? The umbrellas are the size of his guitar.
Some people were like, maybe he's just like 6'5" or something. And it's like, I guess
A garage is bigger than
maybe?
6'5". The average height of a door is 6'6". Okay, if you didn't know that, that's true. And a garage is bigger than the door. So
I think
guys,
a quick way is like the people in the back, their height actually doesn't look too bad. And if the person had a vanishing point, you can quickly just check whether you have the height of the person in front.
yeah,
You can just do some cross-checking just to make sure that the heights are consistent. Yeah, sure, everybody's got a different height, but should be like a quick fix. Or you just take the height of the garage, find the short height a little bit, and then use vanishing point and height to project as to how tall the person on the sidewalk would be.
yeah. Do you wanna demonstrate how you would do that?
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, let's take a look see at that. Let's take a look see at your screen right now.
Oh yeah, cool. Oh, and someone said that I have a nice voice. Oh, it's because I am tired.
Yo,
this is
same.
my tired voice.
You have a nice voice, yeah, because I'm tired. That's so funny.
I sound the best when I'm sleepy.
That's true. That sleepy voice really helps.
Yeah. Don't worry. 1 hour in, it'll start going higher.
It'll wake you back up.
The bass is gonna go away. Is it on? Actually, oh wait,
Yeah.
I forgot to check. Oh, it was on. I was like looking at your stream and I was
No.
waiting.
No, you're good. Go for it.
My bad. Okay. So I guess if this is let's just say that's the horizon line, and let's say you drew the garage door over here, and let's just to make it easy, or let's say the person's, well, you know what? I'm gonna say I want the person. Yeah, you know what? Actually, that should be fine. So if the vanishing point is here, you do something like this, and then you find out where you want this person to be. Actually, this would probably maybe need like 2-point, but just to keep it simple, do something like this. And so you can see like it doesn't change that much just because it's so close. And I don't know, it's like a little bit shorter. So something like this is how you figure out the consistency and get consistency for perspective of like people and whatnot. But you can see that like he's just like a little bit off and whatnot. I don't know, maybe the person actually is okay, but then it's like the tables, so like you can take that height and then use also like perspective elsewhere as well. Like I don't know, maybe if the person sits down they would be like this tall or something, and you use it to just 1-point perspective and like track where it would be as it goes away in distance and whatnot. So I don't know, this one's weird because it might look okay now, but because the like what we said in the beginning of how like the horizon line's a bit off, the vanishing points kind of are all over the place. It's kind of the foundation of this drawing is so all over the place. It's hard to get a really clean tracking of where something should be properly. Yeah. But this is how you would do it. Like if you want consistency of like people and the height of things, this is kind of how you would do it. you could draw like a person. If you drew a person first, and we're like, oh, the person is this big, you know, beautiful stick figure. You know, you would just use perspective to kind of just track roughly where somebody would be. So something like this. And then you'd be like, oh, okay, so when someone's way back here, they're gonna be this tiny. Something like that. Like, if they're standing over here, that's how tall they would be. All the way back here. But you can already see, like, the perspective's kind of off and wonky, so it doesn't look really good in this scenario, in this setting. But this is how you would roughly get a gauge and whatnot. Yeah.
Here's another thing that I just realized with you, like, going like, oh, this is where the horizon line is. Right? The horizon line is supposed to be where you drew it, where the water meets the sky. Right? That's with the buildings in the back, but they lined up their horizon line with the edge of the dock. So it feels awkward because it's like it keeps on going back in space and there's no, like the horizon line doesn't make any sense in that regard. Also, this tree is blurry and the fence back here isn't. Oh, I realized I'm not showing my screen. The tree...
Yeah, we talked about this too the first time we looked at this, where it's like there's so many weird blurring. What's with the focusing decisions?
I know,
like the tree is blurry, but the people are clear.
Yeah.
In the background.
I think it's because I said once, I was like, if you don't want people to look at your background, just blur it. I didn't mean like this, okay? I did not mean like this. Be smart about it, please. Alright.
That's funny. Blur the background as like, oh, the tree, but the tree is like the foreground almost.
Yeah, no, it so is, because it's so ahead of the building. So it's so like, still in the foreground.
I think if you're gonna do like a vignette kind of focusing where the building is really sharp and then everything around it starts fading off, then the umbrellas and the chair and the fence on the side have to be blurred out. Yeah. So you can't like pick and choose what's blurry and what's clear. You kind of have to stick to it and give it a sense of consistency, or else it's gonna be like how it is right here. It's like blurry in random spots. Yeah.
All right, strong start.
This is a good piece to start off with, because honestly, like, it's not that bad. It's just like a lot of small decisions, bad decisions made here and there, where you're like, oh, you could have fixed that and you could have fixed that, and it would have like made it 10 times better already.
Bad decisions made here, there, everywhere, you know. But
they stack up, and then you get a messy.
Piece. Yeah. But overall, this is not the worst one that we have chosen today. So.
No, for sure not. Yes.
Not even close. Josh, if we would like to swap to your screen once more, if you would like to share your pick.
Sure. Someone did ask about the lighting. I don't know. Did we already go through that?
We did
like
talk
the whole
about the lighting. Yeah, how the lighting felt awkward. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so for this one, this is by Ray, I think. I believe that's how he wants us to say his name. Ray, and did he have a handle?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Oh, it's an Instagram handle.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, it's a link. Karma is a weird one.
Karma Deb Dwypayan.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for submitting, Ray.
Thank you for saying it was on Instagram as well.
Yeah. So this one, I picked this one because I thought, it's kind of easy to kind of roast the ones that are kind of not the greatest technical wise, but then I was like, okay, let's see if we can find some where they've got technical skill and see if we can roast them. So I picked Ray because, he's almost there. He's so close. He's so close. Like the rendering, it's so close. It's like almost there. But then there's so many, again, small decisions. All the tiny little mistake decisions that are made add up, and it creates this really weird piece. So overall, when you look at this, you're like, wow, that's kind of cool. This is a sick piece. But then you start going like, what that neck doing though? Like what happened? What happened over here? Like,
nothing but neck, baby.
Yeah. I think maybe he really wanted to show the profile view of the face, and then maybe if he took like a reference photo. If he looked at a reference photo, he'd realize like, oh, maybe the face got obscured, so he like inched it over the shoulder over a bit so that you wouldn't like, I don't know, maybe create more like dramatic posing for this piece. Like I can see that maybe he wanted like the shoulder to obscure the face and create this very dramatic piece, but then I think you would have to just shift the neck over then at least. But right now it's kind of weird because we can follow like the spine, like overall anatomy's okay, it's not too bad, but this lady's got some really big traps. Now, there's nothing wrong if, what you want to give women like really big traps, like the shoulder and neck muscles, but then everything else has got to stay consistent because it goes like really wide from here and then really wide, and then boom, this is the neck. This is what you're telling us the neck looks like. It's weird. It became a volcano neck because like it just tapers so quickly at the top. It's kind of weird. But then also there's all this space, so if we like trace out like the cranium, this is one massive cranium, holy, and then we got the face shield, like this is how tiny it is, and you're telling us the eye is like this small. So there's a lot of weird decisions happening. I'm like, what happened here, man? So I think what could have helped this is to just kind of either shoot reference yourself. We all have cell phones. I tell my students this all the time. If you have like a laptop or a phone, just set it aside on a table, put it on a video, and pose in front of it. Because this way, you're not worrying about a timer for your camera. You can just like scrub through the video afterwards and pick the right kind of pose that you did for yourself, or just ask your family members. I'm pretty sure they won't mind if you did a drawing of them or something. But, make it consistent. Have the neck start, remember, at the base of the skull. Keep it, like, large. And if you, but not large, but, like, consistent with the rest of the head shape, And if you want the shoulder to obscure the face, it'd probably be maybe closer to something like this. And in order to obscure the face that you have I'd probably just raise the shoulder up a little bit and lower it, so something like this. And probably for poses like this, you wouldn't see a clear profile. The face is probably gonna be closer to this, and like the eyes are gonna be, oh whoops, I already drew it on the wrong spot, my bad. I don't know if I can erase this.
Yeah, you got it.
Erase a little bit of it, but like the eyes are gonna be closer to the edge of the face instead of a clean profile view. So I think what could have helped this one is just like a better breakdown and a proper study of like the human form and the human figure before going into full rendering. Because the rendering's honestly not that bad, but I guess this is something that I noticed later today as I was looking at it, which is the lighting's kind of interesting because of how everything's super bright at the top area, but then I don't know, this is also really, really strong, but then this is faded out. So if the lighting is coming from the top, the shoulder and I think this arm could be bright, but then you would have fall off around here, just like how you have it on the shoulder blades. So it's kind of interesting because your shoulder blades you have fall off for the lighting, meaning like it's slowly fading out, but then the side of the arm is like super, super strong. But then here is also really light, and like this area's darker than this side. That doesn't really quite add up. So again, that's why we were saying like bits and pieces are there, but it's like when it's all assembled, it's kind of betraying your understanding of like the scenario and situation that you're drawing. So yeah. You have anything to add?
Yeah. No, you did a really kind breakdown. No, I saw this one and I was like, oh boy. Josh wanted to show more than one of this guys. He saw the other one. He's like, you want to talk about the other one? And I'm like, no, we can just stick to one, because the other one, honestly, the other one was pretty good. Like, there was another one of a man, and like that one, honestly, like I don't think I'd have enough to say about that one. Like that one was pretty good. This one has a lot going on. I don't know if you noticed the spine rendering over here, Josh.
Oh yeah, the little bumps.
Those are so close together. Why are they so close? If you're gonna,
maybe it's a cyborg. It's a cybernetic implant.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's the implant. It's the barcode. But yeah, no, I'm not too sure what's going on there. If you want to draw the protruding spinal cord, if you want to draw the protruding spinal pieces, you're only gonna have about 2 that are actually gonna be showing up on your skin. So if you really wanted to do that on a normal person, you can really only feel 1 or 2 at the back of your neck, and that's about it. So if you wanted to draw that, that's all you need. I think what's going on the most with this head for me is that, yeah, you're right, this is like totally just a side profile here, and this ear is up here. Everything is just, they're all correct, but just placed together wrong. More of like the puzzle pieces, but this is like as if it was the same puzzle, but then you refuse to believe that like this piece didn't fit with this one. You're like, no, they have to fit together, and you force them together instead, and it turns out it wasn't right in the first place. So if I was to kind of, a really, really easy way to fix this, right, there's 2 ways, right? You can like take this face and you can like just kind of move it up a little bit. Kind of push that over here if you really wanted that to like show, because if you wanted a perfect profile, we're gonna pretend that this face looks okay, but if you wanted a perfect profile, that face needs to be higher, because that's so low down there, right? If you wanted that perfect profile, her eyes need to start like up here or something, if you wanted her to look over her shoulder. But even then, this neck is placed incorrectly, so that's probably not gonna work there either. I don't know why none of this is listening to me. Are you gonna crash? Oh, okay, it's not. It might. I'm so sorry. Photoshop might crash. Oh, nope, we're good. Never mind. No, we're not.
We're good? Hey.
Oh my god. It didn't like that I've been using it all day, and now we have several fairly large things that are going on right now. But like you said, right, if you need to have like a more consistent neck over here, right, probably a little bit larger if you want to keep that up there. Cranium right here. And if we want the face to be obscured, like on this side, if we have the face shield over here, right, in comparison to the rest of the body, the ear would more likely be over here by comparison to super close to the base of the neck right here, and the eye would probably be like super far over to this side if you really wanted that kind of
Jesse's the master of quick fixes.
I need that quick fix.
I think like while you're like going with it, I think if you ever wanted to reapproach this, because it is really cool, I like the aesthetic and the vibe of it, but if you want to maintain like the same face angle, you'd probably just have to turn the body a bit more.
Yes, 100%.
It's like it would be a 3/4 back angle instead of like a full-on almost back, like straight on it.
Yeah,
I think so. It's kind of, you're gonna have to give and take. You're gonna have to make some decisions, some sacrifices,
yeah,
kind of thing on what you want.
Here's how I love to teach this way, because it kind of gives everybody an idea of how their body moves. Everybody, for me right now, I know you're sitting or standing, whatever it is. Sit as if you're just looking straight forward, and then just turn your head so that your chin is pointing in the same direction as one of your shoulders, right? Just turn your head 45 degrees, right? Try and do the original pose that my guy showed here, right? Chin obscured by the shoulders, while your face is at 45 degrees, right? Do you notice how your chin hits your shoulder? Right? This way, the way that this guy has it, right, is that this whole neck has pushed forward and the head can actually go behind the trapezius right there. If you want this head to be perfectly to the side, you actually can turn the head directly to the side. But what you have to do is keep the head upright. You can't obscure the head with this shoulder if you want to keep that perfect half view. You can have them looking directly to the side, but your shoulder must remain like that. If you want a more natural pose, though, Josh is right. You're gonna have to, if you want this head to be perfectly at that side view, you're gonna want to turn the body just a little bit. And that'll probably help it a little bit more as well. But this pose doesn't work. That's another, like, the taking reference photos is great, and I totally agree with, like, the reference videos as well if you really want that reference. But sometimes all you have to do as well is just try to do the pose yourself. Like, if you can't do the pose that you have drawn out, it's not gonna work.
Yeah. It's a big thing that I tell my students too, is like sometimes like they ask questions like, well, just do the pose yourself and just look at where you're, like, for example, if you draw the arm too long, just go like, lift your arm up right now and just see where your elbow aligns, you know, because like if they draw it too long, like it's all the way at the hip, it's like, oh, just do it yourself and just track it. Just like what you did here is like, if you do this pose, you can already feel that your body is turning. You can feel that your chin is above the shoulder if you're trying to do this pose. Like, sometimes you don't even need the reference. You just do the pose yourself and enact it and go through the process of getting into that pose, and you can already get a feeling of like where things should be and where the alignment of your body parts are.
Yeah, 100%. Last thing I think I'll say about this one is the shoulder blades. I appreciate you drawing them, but this arm is pushing behind here. If you didn't know, when you push your arm behind your back, your shoulder blade moves too, because your shoulder blade is part of this entire arm cradle. So you're going to push back. Your deltoid is probably going to be facing you now if you're pushing back, and our shoulder blade is going to be closer to the center of the body by comparison to over to the edge, because now we're moving our arm behind us. Again, everybody, try and keep your shoulder, right? If you put your arms at the sides, try and keep your shoulder in the exact same position, and try and put your arm as far back behind your back as you can. You can't. You literally can't. You notice that your shoulder is moving. You notice that your shoulder blade is moving closer to the center of your back. You can put your hand back in that pose. That is totally fine. But your shoulder blade now moves closer to the center of your spine, and your deltoid is now pointing backwards, right? So you need to make sure that you're also observing the movements of the rest of your body if you're going to be doing a pose like this. So it's like, yeah, you can totally do this, but the shoulder blade will move over to this side.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Any closing statements, Josh, before we move on to the next
I mean,
one?
I don't know if, but like people mentioned like the finger. I didn't even notice that one. The like right above the left shoulder, those little bumps are fingers.
Oh shoot!
I didn't even realize
thought that was part
that.
of the necklace, bro.
Yeah.
It's just the nails.
Yeah, it's like right there. And then someone pointed that out. I was like, oh, what the? Didn't even notice that. I think, you know, like, again, there's nothing really bad about it. It's just composition. But why are you showing just the itty bitty fingertips? Might as well just put the whole hand there.
Yeah.
You know, show the whole arm or hand like grabbing the shoulder, or just don't include it. You don't even need it, I would say, kind of thing. So yeah, I think you touched upon everything that like definitely helps with this piece. Okay, I guess one last thing is like I really like the background. It's got a cool, I don't know, maybe it looks like she's in some kind of like water front, or she's sitting in water, and then there's like some kind of villa in front of her or something. But like the lighting is just like a pure fluorescent lighting right on top of her, and I think it would be kind of cool if you brought that warm lighting behind, like somehow shining on top of her, because it's like it doesn't tie in the piece together. So if we had some of that warm lighting instead of like ugly cool fluorescent lighting on, it would again tie in the piece together and make it a lot more better and warmer. Yeah,
100%. Yeah. No, I didn't even notice that. I was thinking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. So they have some of the orange on like the whatever she's wearing on her lower half, but like none on the actual body. It's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame. That's okay. Well,
it's a photo shoot. It's a fake background.
It's a fake background. Yeah, it's actually just a photo studio.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right. Well, thank you so much for submitting, Ray. Here's to improvement with you. All right.
Yeah.
This next one. Yeah, ready.
Oh.
This next one was one of my choosing. This piece is by Plum. She didn't include any social media, nothing along those lines, but this one I chose for a plethora of reasons. the immediate just this one I chose for a high plethora of reasons. This one there's yo, where do I start? Like the energy.
Just close your eyes and just point.
Yeah, close my eyes and point. All right, I'll do it. Oh, the face. No, that's perfect actually. All right, buddies. So I see what you're trying to do, my friend, my poor friend. I know that she's got a bit of a conehead chin going on right now. Oh, I didn't even zoom in. Yo, the paint bucket, the lines.
Wait,
No!
what? Oh,
Oh,
oh no!
oh, my friend. Okay.
Oh, that's so sad.
It's so sad. It makes me so sad. Why is there green here? Did they originally give her green lips? Oh no. Okay.
Oh, true. Yo, it's like a treasure trove. We're slowly discovering things.
Slowly
And
covering
I
up
don't
things.
understand. So it looks like the bucket tool is a gradation tool. Like, why are there like gradations happening?
Oh, it's probably because you know
Or a
why?
brush, maybe?
Yeah, the brush is probably like it probably does this, right? It's like it's pressure by opacity.
Oh,
Yeah, so she probably has like some areas that are like she like let it trail off, and she's like, "All right, paint bucket tool, we're good," and it's like, oh
that,
dear,
that's so
it
strange.
makes me so upset.
Interesting.
It makes me
Okay.
so upset. It's just a quick doodle, right? Right? Oh, you'd think so,
Yeah.
microwave. All of them were like this, but this so happened to be my favorite one. There was a good like 9 in this folder, by the way. Um, this one just so happened to be my favorite one. Okay. For those of you who don't know how to do this head angle, it's okay. It's a tough one. I understand. This one just so happens to be, like, particularly not great. But when we are doing this head angle, please know that when we are looking upwards, you need to follow the curve of that chin. So the bottom of the mouth needs to follow that curve. The nose needs to follow that curve. The eyes need to follow that curve. And because of how far up she's looking, you won't see the top of her hair. So all you'll see is like the bottom of the nose there, right? And then the mouth is going to follow that curve like this. And then the eyes are going to follow that curve like this, right? And the hair is going to be so far behind that you probably won't even see it. Just it falling off the back of the head there, right? You can see she... well, the nose does have a triangle. It does have a triangle. That's
There,
about it.
she got that down. That's
The top of the lid scraper. But yeah, no, there's a lot going on here, right? So when we have our head turning up, make sure that we are following that chin, my friends, because if you don't, we're getting this. Just letting you know. Sacrificing aesthetic for, because it's definitely like she's used to drawing the face like this, and she's like, okay, I'll include the chin, and then I can just draw the face and it'll be fine. And it's like that's not how that works. Yes, when we are drawing an upper angle, please know that that is how we do the face. We are not all just flat angles with a strange little triangle at the bottom of our chin. Yeah, paint bucket. Please double check if there are these little lines. All it takes is a swipe of a brush and it's gone. That's it. You don't need to worry that much. Like, it's not that crazy, I don't think. Like, you just gotta... Please, just zoom in. You know? Or else 2 people on the internet are gonna find your work and zoom in for you and be like, yo, what's going on here? Kind of deal. You know?
Oh, her brush is weird too, because it looks like there's an outline around the brush stroke. You notice that? If you zoom in on the couch, like the swirls.
Here?
No, like where the armrest is. Yeah.
Oh, like this side?
Yeah, like if you zoom in on the lines, the brush strokes have outlines.
Oh.
It's
Oh!
so weird.
You know what it is? Maybe this person did like the magic wand outside the line work, and then it had like the expand pixels. So it's like actually it is this color going into the back of here. Here, let's actually test this. Yep, it is, because it's the same hue and these lines are just black. So what happened was they just expanded by 2 pixels, but it didn't get the full line, so it left some of them white.
Oh.
Yeah. And they used the circle tool for the edges here, and then didn't bother with the rest. So look at how inconsistent this line work is! It's killing me. I love line work, dude. Like, why is
And the feathering too on the body, on the left hand side.
There's a lot going on here. My friends, if you don't know what feathering is, it is when you decide to do your line work like this. Looks like the edges of a feather. If you are doing line work, please just keep it to a single stroke or 2. We want to make sure that we keep our lines clean, my friends. Perhaps not clinical, if you like to have a little bit of purposeful mess to them. I've learned that I really like that style, but please, not like this. Not like this. Please.
No, not like
Not
this.
like this. Yo, the edge of the neck is showing up on the inside of the hair, too. It's a lot going on.
You know, honestly, I think if this face angle wasn't an upwards face, like if you just erased the chin and re-angled it down, it'd be a bit better.
Let's just do
Because
that
it
then.
looked as if the neck is kind of jabbing into the face.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually.
There we go. Oh my god, so much better. Oh, I didn't even flip it. Oh no. That's a lot better. If we just do a bit of this as well. Let's do a little plastic surgery. There we go. It's a little better. Just a little bit. Just the smidge I can do. I'm not a miracle worker here.
Yes. There's no quick fix for this.
There's no quick fix for this one, no. Unfortunately. I also love that there's just like a shadow that just goes over everything. Like it's like there's no real thought to the floor. Why is this part of the leg not covering up as a shadow over here? What's up with this?
Honestly, the whole cast shadow thing is weird.
Yeah.
Like if you zoom out and look at it, like wait, what kind of lighting is happening?
Oh, wait, yeah.
What's making this?
It's just one sheet of paper. There's actually a flashlight going on everything, and then somebody covered half the flashlight with a piece of paper, and like that's all that's going on here.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like you're covering one eye. Deciding to do this.
You know what? I have a feel. It looks like this person like did one big flat shadow and then took a eraser tool and just like cut it out, because they're really curved, like the way the shadows cut out on its like pieces. So
yeah, and there's no real like, because here's the thing, right? When we are doing our shadows, my friends, please remember that there are objects, and the objects in your scene will cast shadows, and you need to think about how that's going to work. So all you gotta do, right, these cabinets, right, they will cast a bit of a shadow. Let's say that the shadow is coming from the left. Why not? They're gonna cast a shadow here. This is fine generally. It's probably gonna be a little bit more light lit onto the counter here. More like that though. This counter is gonna be like that. This one will probably be more of a gradient if that's what's going on there. These legs are also gonna cast a shadow onto the couch like this. Right? The feet are gonna cast a shadow onto the ground. Right? This is all gonna be shadow. This is all shadow here. Right? There's a lot that could be changed here, but like that's my only quick fix I can do, I suppose.
There's only so much I can do.
There's only so much I can do. I'm not a miracle worker. Yeah, but there's so much you could fix. There's just a lot of choices that were made. A lot of things that went on.
Choices were made.
Choices were made, indeed. I also really like the crazy hip dips going on here. I don't really know what's going on. It kind of feels like you ever see those toys from way back when? Weebles wobble, but they never fall down.
No. Weebles wobbles?
The Weebles.
What?
Weebles. You ever look up Weebles? That was their slogan. Is Weebles wobbles, but they don't. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Yeah, they were these weighted little toys. They had like a weight in the bottom, and you could they would wobble around, but they would never fall. It was like Bobo the Clown. Yes, see, Kevin knows.
I've never seen these before.
Really? Oh no.
No.
I feel old.
Well, I'm older than you.
I was gonna say you're older than me though. Oh, that's so funny. But yeah, no. You've never heard this phrase either, Joe? No! They were the best, dude. Okay, but she kind of got that shape going on, though. Weebles wobble, but they never fall down. It's like, you can have a little weight to the midsection. That's totally fine. As a woman with a little weight to the midsection, I get it. But you just need to make sure that it flows into the body, my guy. Like, right now, you kind of have this strange hourglass going on, and then went, okay, legs now. This is called the pillowing effect. You don't want pillowing when you comes to your body, so you gotta make sure that you have your anatomy smoothed out. If you're gonna have a little bit of weight to the midsection, just make sure that the legs are attached there in a way that actually makes sense.
I mean, I think overall, this person's probably biggest weak point at this moment too is just like perspective in general too. Because like the way you're breaking down the body, I don't think they're at the level where they understood that you would need perspective to turn the legs, because it looks like the person's in a sitting pose, but we're looking like everything's flat, everything's like head on kind of thing. We're looking even at the pot on the top, we're looking at it at the top, we can see the opening of the pot on the top, but it's like we should not see the top of the pot.
You shouldn't see the top of the fridge either.
Yeah, that too. There's no. Yeah.
Yeah, girly right now is sitting like this, dude. She is squatted down, bro. That's a crazy foot, by the way.
She's doing the subway or the bus sit, you know, when you spread.
True, the man spread, yeah.
Yeah, the public transit man spread.
So can I sit here? No. Yeah, this perspective is crazy. Like, this couch is going in this angle, but this is here, and this is going here. We're all going all over the place. We're looking at her head on, but we can see the top of the fridge and the top of the... A lot to unpack here. Anything else you would like to add, Josh?
No, not really. I mean, like, we haven't even gotten to the eyes, did you? Like, the whole... people are like, it's like goldfish eyes or something. What? I don't know.
It's I know what she's trying to do. She's trying to do like the eyeshadow over the eye kind of thing. Right? It's supposed to be like shaded outwards, kind of like that, but she didn't do a great job. So it just kind of looks like that. You don't even need to blend it in, but it's because the eyes just like you also if her eyes are closed, you shouldn't outline the whole thing. All you need is the bottom of the eye, right? So if you're drawing the eye, if it's in this perspective though, you won't see the top of the eyelid. So like, but if you were to do like an eye that is closed and you were actually able to see the upper eyelid, you don't need to worry about drawing the entire lid. All you need is just the lower lid, and the color will do its work for you.
Honestly, though, this angle is like one of the hardest ones. So
if
you're a beginner, I would avoid this. I would run away from this angle.
100%.
Because it's like it tests every like muscle of drawing capability. It tests your perspective, tests your understanding of the human form and the facial structures. Because it's throwing like Loomis method. Nah, man, you can't really use that. You know. Breaking things down to thirds, well, it's looking up, so everything's curving, everything's foreshortening, everything's warping. You can't really rely on it too much anymore, so
it is one of the most complicated head angles you can focus on. Looking up, looking down. I find that I'm better. I've learned that I've gotten better at looking up than looking down. I can do both, but I find that I'm stronger when they're looking up, which is strange.
Yeah, I think looking down's a bit easier because everything's sharper.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're looking up, it squares everything so much, and there's no like defined cut. Like if you draw a straight line down, it makes the face look too square. If you don't draw it, then the face looks too round. There's a lot of issues. So you got to get everything like right. And that doesn't even go into like stylization or anything too, because a lot of people kind of stylize a upwards angle a little bit differently. So,
yeah, 100%. Yeah. Proportions are all wrong. Oh yeah, that's the least of the problems that are going on here right now. I'm gonna be honest. So,
every time you flip it, it looks like she's dancing.
Whee! Oh my god, I can envision these as like little Chris Simpson hands.
Oh my no, that's so cursed.
Whee! Amazing. Shakira, so true. Who mentioned the nub feet? Who is it? Quinn? Can we talk about the nub feet? For those who really want me to hate them for a second, take your foot. I'm sure you have a foot. I hope you have a foot. If you don't, that's okay too. And if you're flexible enough, put your foot up to the side of your face. If you're not flexible enough, put your foot up to your forearm. Do you notice that your foot is the same length as your forearm? It should end at the elbow. It should start at the elbow, end at the top of your wrist. Your foot should be about that size, maybe give or take, right? So that is generally how large your foot is. Your foot is also the exact same height as your head. So let's take one of these feet really quick.
I thought you were going to ask people to put their foot next to their head.
I did say that, if you're flexible enough.
Oh, did you?
I did. Oh, you know, her foot is the same length as her head, but her head is foreshortened, so in this case, her foot wouldn't be the same length as her head. It would be larger, so it's wrong altogether. But yeah, those feet are far too tiny. So yes, if you notice that, Your foot is the same length as your forearm. You're welcome. Hate me just a little bit more now. Mine is almost bigger than my head.
Pretty.
Yeah, they should be about the same size, around a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, depending on if you have small feet, small head, big feet, big head, whatever. But it is approximately that length. So there you go. But all right. Any last things to add, Josh, or are we all good?
No, I mean, like, I think if we were to go through every single thing on this drawing, we'd end up just giving a lecture on every single thing about art.
That's true.
Perspective, the human body, the facial proportions.
That's so funny. But it's true. Yeah, it could be its own stream. So true, Kevin. But all right, then. Let's move on to your second choice, then, Josh. Would you like to introduce it?
Yeah. Okay, let me see. We are on Charlie, I believe.
Yes, number 4.
He is... I don't think there's any... No handle
No
or
social
anything.
media. Nope.
Yeah.
He's just Charlie.
Just good old Charlie.
Critical?
He submitted? No way. That's crazy. No, this one, I picked it because I felt like when we were going over, Jessie was like, you picked a lot of technical pieces, so this is my non-technical choice, where there's a lot of non-technical things going on. But
there's very little technique going on here.
yeah. But I mean, as usual, in terms of the good things, I like to just put it out there. I do like the concept. I like the idea. But man, the one thing that this person could have worked on is the perspective. So like we went through perspective. There's a lot of things going on with this piece. Again, as always, if you're gonna do a perspective type of piece, figure out the horizon line or figure out like what angle we're looking at when it comes to drawings like this. I think if we covered, if we cover, oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hello, Charlie.
Hey. Well, thank you for submitting your piece, and
You're bold.
hopefully Jessie doesn't rip you a new one when she goes over this.
We'll see.
But I think if we just like cut off like this, like up here, this piece isn't that bad in terms of perspective. But then the moment you show the top, it's like, ooh, there's a lot going on here that probably could be fixed. I think it's just like the horizon line, just getting an idea as to where it should be. I feel like it should be maybe something like this. What could help with this piece is just like add a few more pillars, but make them smaller. Start having them recede off into the distance. The moment you just add thinner pillars, and this helps with also just lighting in general, just start making them get dimmer and dimmer. This hard cut green line, that's not helping your piece, man. So I would say just slowly get some gradation. I can see that you tried adding some painting over here, and there's some shadows on the dragon's wing, but that hard cut with the green line, that's not doing you any favors. So I would move the horizon line maybe up here somewhere, something like this. Have a gradation where it starts fading out the closer and closer it gets to the horizon line, and add some more pillars. If this is supposed to be a room, this is an interesting looking room. If it's an interior, it doesn't feel like an interior. It feels like it's some atmospheric room.
It's
so,
not. It's the end from Minecraft.
Oh, okay, yeah, I had no idea. I do not play Minecraft. I've never played
the
Minecraft.
Non-gamer.
I know. I touch
SMH my head.
Grass, guys. Yeah, well, I guess from someone who doesn't play Minecraft, I would just add a few pillars to make it feel like it's going off in distance. I don't know if that's a thing that's possible, but same thing with this like green stuff. I would just fade it off even. Just extend this area out a little bit. And then same thing for this, like, I don't know, portal. Ellipses are hard, not gonna lie. But I would thin this out, thin this down a bit more. If it's supposed to be like a well and whatnot, something like this would be fine. And then you can still show the stars and whatnot. And then also what doesn't help is like the lack of shadows. Even if there's like an overcast day where there's no strong lighting or anything, there would still be some contact shadows at the bottom of this person, like where they're sitting. And even if it's not super solid, it already helps sell the fact that this dragon and this dude is sitting on something. So yeah, I don't know. Well, what are your thoughts on this piece? Oh, she's preparing.
I'm charging up.
Yeah.
Hi Oz, by the way.
Yes, explain Minecraft to me, Jesse.
Oh, explain Minecraft? Well, if I had to guess what's going on here, I don't know if Artist in Chat is gonna confirm or not. What I had to guess is Minecraft Steve has beaten the Ender Dragon and he has the egg, but now he's feeling guilty about killing her. If I had to guess. Creeper! No. But I understand why you have this hard cutoff, because you fight the Ender Dragon on just this big island in the middle of the void. I get it. But it also, like, you have this edge right here, and if you wanted it to feel like that island kind of going off here, like, you continue this over here, man. This is, like, it feels awkward right there. You could also, because it is a fairly small sort of, like, area, you could also, like, have it, like, I know we have, like, squares. We're confined to squares for Minecraft, but we can have curves here. Maybe just curve the edge a little bit over here if you really wanted to show off that edge of the island. But Josh is right. If you wanted to just add like a couple like more pillars over here, or like maybe you want to draw like very small end cities in the back, you know, give it like some perspective, make it really feel like it's the end going on, right?
Oh, that's what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah. But if you have like that little bitsy bit going on. Also, I read the chat, Josh. You haven't played Pokemon?
Yeah, I've never played Pokemon.
So upsetting, Josh. I need you to know that.
That was one of the suggestions, like, they get me to draw Pokemons because I would not know what they'll look like.
That's so funny. No way, I'm so down for that.
Other than, like, the first 2 generations, once we get past that, I would have no idea.
Yeah. Guys, I would get him to draw something like Pyukumuku and see what he thinks that's supposed to be.
What? That's not a Pokemon. That sounds Pokemon. Like you made that up.
No, it's a Pyukumuku. I love. We'll get him to draw like the 3 little spiky boys, like Pyukumuku, Pinchurchin, and Snom. We'll see what he thinks those look like.
What? What are these?
Yeah, not gonna. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, those are Pokemon. But no, Josh is absolutely correct. You could also, like, if you wanted to fade this out, again, I know that the island is supposed to be, again, an island, but if you just very easily, like, a really easy way to keep this looking like an island and applying the things that Josh was talking about is just pick a little side over here. Just do that fun thing. And then just, you know, soft round, grab this bad boy, turn down the opacity, boom. Much easier, right? And just that small little bit, right? It's not even like a crazy amount that I've done. I'd probably bump it up a little bit more, but just that small little bit, right, helps have that fade into the background. It makes it feel a little bit like a softer transition, right? You can already feel that, like, look at the difference, right? Like the stuff that I've edited versus what was before, right? You can really feel that difference as it goes farther into the background, right? It's not even like crazy, but it helps a little bit. And the same thing, like the shadow on the bottom, right, could really help a lot. I know that the end portal is here, and I know you really want to show off these stars. If you really wanted to make this more of a focal point in the piece, I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna just redraw this piece for you. If we decided you really, really wanted this end portal to be in the scene, and you wanted the dead dragon to be here, and you wanted this guy to be here, right? This is why we thumbnail. This is why we thumbnail, my friends, because we can figure out stuff like this immediately to begin with. What are the main 3 big points we're thinking of? We want the end portal. We want the end portal. We want the dragon. We want Steve with the dragon egg. Right? If we were to draw that in, if you wanted a more interesting way of showing off all 3, right? Maybe if you wanted to show his, like, contemplation or, like, the sadness about it being dead, you could have a top-down angle. You don't have to worry about the perspective of it going, the island going off into the distance. You could show the end portal right here. And then maybe have Steve at the end of the end portal right here, kind of sitting, hugging his feet again. Just kind of sad with the egg right here. And then maybe you would have, like, the dragon's head right here and let the whole body just kind of curve the rest of the way. And that would really help, again, frame and point at Steve along with the portal as he's, like, gonna jump in eventually. Right? And you can really show that, like, sadness of that death, right? Also keeps the rule of thirds in mind. Our main subjects still land on these 2 points, right? And we can kind of consider this, quote-unquote, our empty space, right? If you really, really wanted to keep this kind of composition going on, you wanted Steve here, the dragon off to the side as well, just shift over where this end portal is. You could put it right here. Maybe then the head touches the end portal, and then you can actually keep this perspective of the portal right here. Because then what you can do is you can put the portal here instead, so that the dragon's head leads into the portal. And then this doesn't feel awkward in the background right here. Right?
Yeah, the portal's kind of smack dab in the middle, too.
Yeah, doesn't follow any rule of thirds, awkward composition-wise, right?
Or, like, you can always just do, like, S composition, too, where you have, like... It's already kind of almost there too. You got the dude sitting there, and then you can have the winding of the dragon's body curve and then lead up to the portal. So it has a bit more of like a trail flow
100%
thing too. So yeah, definitely kind of what you're saying. It just comes down to thumbnailing. Plan it out. Do planning. I know it's not the most exciting thing, but it helps so much because in the end, your final product will look so much stronger than kind of the first idea that comes to your head.
But yeah, no, 100%. This is another really easy thing you could do if you just whoop. Now everything's on the rule of thirds. There you go. Much easier. You can tell because fun thing with Photoshop's crop is when you crop, they give you a rule of thirds while you are cropping. So if you just want to push it over to the side there, you can see where everything lands on this grid nice and easily. Which is great. You can just crop that bad boy in, and there you go. They're on the rule of thirds now, right? Because right now,
weird. I've never thought of using the crop tool in that way.
Yeah, I never thought of that. It's great. No. I do it all the time. I guess
it's because I just thumbnail everything and I do the thirds.
That's true.
While I'm thumbnailing, so
yeah,
I've never thought of it like that.
100%.
That's funny.
Yeah, but yeah, no, this is it's a nice, easy way to see where everything goes, but. Yeah. Anything else to add, Josh? Any final notes?
Is the floor supposed to be glowing too? Like
No.
it's so neon. No, it's just
not.
that color.
It is just that color, though. Yeah. Do you want to see what the end looks like? Hang on.
The end? That sounds so ominous. Do you don't want to?
The end. No, that's literally what it's called. Here, look. See, I'll put an image for you. Just give me a second. It literally looks like that. Like, this is what the end looks like.
Oh.
Yeah. And there's the dragon over there. Yeah, no, the end literally just looks like that. It is that bright, like... And again, I see what you're going for because there is, like, a hard edge cut off here, but we are not in Minecraft. We have shaders that we can add.
Used a really old program to draw this. What were you using? Microsoft Paint? To draw this?
Hey, Microsoft Paint, there is no excuse. There's some Microsoft Paint artists that are amazing.
That is true. I've seen like Microsoft Excel painting that I'm like, what the heck? Who had time to plan this out? Yeah, because I was like, oh, it'd be if it was glowing, you just get some bounce reflective light on the bottom of the dragon. That would be really cool too. But I don't know. If it's not like that, then it's fine the way it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Scarlet Violet DLC in 4 days. You hyped? My partner's real hyped. I don't have the money to buy. I'm gonna be honest. I'm broke. But like, I am pretty hyped for it. I'm just gonna watch everyone else play for like now, and then I might get it later in time. Oz, you could always submit old art. Kevin, see, Oz is gonna submit, and we wait until like I see if the other streamer accepts his work because Oz and I are friends, and I don't want nepotism in chat. So, like, I'm like, if the other streamer picks Oz, then we will go with Oz. But all right. Thank you so much for submitting. Thank you, artist in
Thank
chat,
you.
for submitting and being so bold as to sit here and let us rip you to shreds. So we appreciate it. Please learn how perspective works, and please thumbnail your work beforehand. Yes, plan your work out, Minecraft enjoyer. Next, you should draw. Have you ever seen the mod that like the creepers mod where you just get all those like you get all the personalized creepers? I think you should draw that one. I like the snowy creeper. That one's my favorite. Oh, Krita and Ibis. Okay.
Oh, Krita, yeah, you should be able to do some pretty decent stuff with those two programs now.
I also want a snowy creeper plush. I would die for a snowy creeper plush. They're so cute. I love those ones so much. It was like I was playing modded Minecraft with my friends, and I had a snowy creeper named Flurry, and it was my favorite thing ever. I was just like, I love you. All right. I believe this next one is chosen by me.
Yeah.
Are y'all ready? This one is submitted by Funky Kong. That was the name that he gave us. Rhinox Maxima 08 on Twitter. I'm not calling it x.com. It is Twitter.
That's true.
So he submitted this one. Oh, it's yours! Artist in chat! Here we go! Another one! I can't believe you got me to call you Funky Kong. I hate you just a little bit more now. I need you to know that. There's a lot to unpack for this one. There's a lot going on here. My immediate thought, right? My immediate thought, right, is my favorite thing. We're gonna do my favorite thing, guys. We're gonna do my favorite thing. Ooh, let's go. Oh my god. Okay, so the face, right? Here's something that I have to tell all my students all the time, or a good chunk of my students at least. Please, please, your eyes. Please keep them the same size. Like, you don't have to keep the width the same, but the height must remain the same at all times, right? So if you have somebody who's facing off to the side, right, you have a 3/4 view, and you draw one eye, and you're like, okay, all I have to do now is draw the other eye, and you decide to draw the other eye like this. And it's like one eye is so much tinier than the other, and you're like, what's going on here? No, 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 my friends. Your eyes must remain at the same height no matter what. The width will change, right? This eye, because it is a 3/4 perspective, the width of this eye will change because you will see less of it, but the height must remain the same, right? It makes me feel great pain, the sheer size difference of these two eyes. Also, our eyes are not... You ever seen that, that album art? Hang on, where is it? Mr. Tuna. Song. Oh no, is it Ninja Tuna? Ninja Tuna. Mr. Scruff. It's a default song on original, like, Windows 7, right? It's called Mr. Tuna, Ninja Tuna Scruff, right? This is kind of what I'm feeling this eye shape is looking like right now. You know what I'm saying? Right, I'm kind of feeling this eye shape is going on here right now, you know? Anyway, this is not how we draw eyes. When we are drawing eyes, please make sure that you are drawing with the shape of an eye in mind. I like to call them the twin peaks, but they are going on opposite directions, right? It is not just an oval. Ninja Tuna used to love the little guy. I also used to love that little guy. The twin peaks, these peaks are going in different directions. You are not having the eye just be an oval. This looks too strange. So we want our eyes to have two different peaks to them. One peak here, one peak here. So we can draw out the shape of that eye a little bit easier. We are not drawing Ninja Tuna for eyes. I know he's cute, I know he's beautiful, but we do not want to draw Ninja Tuna for eyes. Oh wait, what's going on here? Why is there this line here? Going on
It's the pec muscle, maybe.
it's
the armpit. Really, flexing those lats in the back, you know?
This bicep, this delt is so much bigger than this one. Why are they both such two different sizes here? There's a lot going on here. There's a lot to unpack. What else? The person's looking to the side. Why can we see this here? It shouldn't be there. It shouldn't. If we are looking to the side, different parts of our face disappear, my friend. We will not have, like, somebody who's looking directly from the front, like this. Right? And then we decide to turn their head to the side. We can see both their ears this way. If we turn their head to the side, looking like this, we're not going to be able to see that other ear, my friend. That ear is going to disappear, and the other ear is going to come closer to the side because we will see that jawline showing up, right? We're not going to be able to see both of these ears. I also don't know where the other side of the jaw went here. This jaw is missing completely. Let's fix that for you. Let's give you a little bit of jaw surgery.
I feel like you could lasso tool the facial features and just like move them to the middle.
100%.
And it'd make it a little bit better. It won't solve everything, but it'll make it a bit better.
So it definitely won't solve everything. Oh, I still have this one going on still. It's okay. Let's just... Yay! Kind of... Definitely doesn't solve everything, but it helps. Just a little bit. Our facial features are in the middle of our face, my friend. Your face was kind of flying off there a little bit. It was just kind of moving there.
It's grooving with the music.
Grooving with the...
It's slowly floating off.
It kind of feels like... You ever see those, like, oh, gosh. Those old, like Facebook AI things you can do where it's like you get it to like track like a photo's face and you have the face like sing along to like a song or something. Please tell me you know what I'm talking about. No, oh my god, wait, you don't? No? Okay, so it's like those facial tracking sites and you upload a photo and they find faces and they're like, okay, now we're just gonna apply this animation to the face. The most uncanny looking thing ever.
Dude, is it one where the lips just move on their own?
Huh?
Is it one where the lips just move on their own?
Yeah, it's just like the lips and the face kind of moves all wonky. And there's two versions, right? There's like the dame dane, dame-o. Like they have the facing along to that, or like a recent one is like with the cat with the human face. It's like Monday left, be broken kind of thing.
What? No.
Yeah, like the deep. Oh, not quite deep fakes, but it's like an original deep fake. It was forever ago. But that's kind of what I'm feeling with the face kind of flying off here. It's like the face is sinking to one of those things. Oh, let's get rid of this ear for you too. You don't need this here. This doesn't need to be here. We'll give you a little facial surgery too. Don't worry, friend. We'll save you. Bring that over there. There we go. Now the person's looking to the side. If we kind of have them looking slightly to the front, we can have this ear like slightly poking out, but it shouldn't be that crazy. Because the person's looking over here. I should fix this eye too. Let's give you slightly nicer eyes. Let's give you some surgery. More plastic surgery. If you want to keep these eyes wide open, you can. But just give them a nicer shape, please. Yep, and this eye would be...
Plastic surgeon is your future job, Jesse, apparently. Kevin says.
It will not be. I cannot do plastic surgery. I stopped taking science when I was like... Oh god. I think I was like... After 10th grade, I stopped taking science. It
really?
Was like,
Don't you need grade 11 science?
No. You only need grade 11 math.
Oh.
Yeah, like grade 11 math is mandatory, but not science.
I know I for sure stopped after grade 12, but
yeah,
like in grade 12. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't. For us, our high school specifically, maybe like we didn't have science. Science wasn't a requirement after grade.
That's true. Plastic surgery, there is no undo button.
Yeah, true. I also don't really understand what the I don't really understand what the expression with the eyebrows is supposed to be as well. Like we're kind of like we seem a little hesitant on something, so maybe we'll just also make them a little bit hesitant. You need to understand that eyebrows are bigger than you might think. Your eyebrows should be about the size of your eye, about the length of your eye. So bring that bad boy back out there. Look at that. Like you kind of swap between the two. It's hilarious. I love it. I'm not even gonna bother using multiple layers. We're all just gonna go on the same layer right now. Also, not having their pupils be like 2 pixels wide kind of helps them feel a little bit more alive, I guess. That's more of a stylistic choice, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Do you remember that show, like Angelina something? I don't know. It was like paper cutout looking.
Oh,
it was
shoot.
really weird. It was a Canadian show.
Yes, I do know what you're talking about.
That's kind of the vibe the original drawing is giving me.
True. What is that? What was it called? It was Angelina something. I think it was Angelina something. Please.
Yeah.
Please, Canadian.
Anybody know what we're talking about?
Angela Anaconda? Angela.
No, I don't know. I was thinking that. I don't think it's Anaconda, is it?
Angela Anaconda? Is it Angela Anaconda?
Oh, maybe it is.
It's Angela Anaconda!
Yeah, that's like it's a very
Oh no.
It's very bizarre, very creepy kind of vibe, but like it's kind of odd in that like yeah.
Oh no.
That's what it just got me thinking of.
Nah.
The original, with the eyes. I don't know, there's something like the quirkiness. It looks nothing like it, but the quirkiness of it.
Not okay. He did him so dirty. It's so funny. Oh, that's so good. I also, okay, here's the thing that I love when young artists discover that you can draw in the collarbone, and they're like, oh yeah, this is it, boys. It's like, I got this down, right? And then they decide to just add in these lines here. And they're like, yep, I'll call it a day. I've added in the collarbone, and I know what they is. No, you don't. You don't know where this is placed. The collarbone, for those who do not know what is going on underneath the skin here, you can feel it. The front of your chest, feel your collarbone for me, right? You know where your collarbone is. Now, pick one of your collarbones and trace that bone and go around to your shoulder. And then you can continue tracing that line along your back. This is called your shoulder girdle. This is what is holding your arms upwards. So if you have your collarbone right here, the 2 collarbones connect with something right here called the jugular notch. That's what this little dip is. Your collarbone connects to your scapula, your shoulder blade in the back. This connection is called the acromion process. That is what the top of your shoulder feels like. And in here, on your scapula, is a fossa that connects to your humerus. This is where your arm connects. Your arm is connected to your shoulder blade in the back, not right here. It's connected back here. And your scapula is right there. So, if you want to figure out where your shoulder blade, where your collarbone is, if your shoulder blade is back here, top of your arm is kind of connecting over here, your collarbone will start right here. It is up here. And your jugular notch will be in the center.
Someone was like, collarbone is placed by vibe.
Collarbone is placed by vibe. True.
Just get the vibe of where it should be in there.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the collarbone is here. Your jugular notch is also connected to the muscles on the side. That's another thing that artists will just add in. They'll go like, okay, I'm gonna add this line here. It's great. This person didn't fall into Funky Kong. He didn't fall into that trap. But that is called the SCM, or the sternocleidomastoid. And the sternocleidomastoid connects to the back of your ear down to your jugular notch. So this neck actually should be way wider here. You can kind of shrink that down on this side, probably. But this neck should be much, much wider here.
Oh, Jacob Tutu. Yeah, that's maybe a bit more accurate
Jacob
comparison.
Tutu?
Okay, yeah. Oh, something Jessie doesn't know that.
No, I do know this one. I do know Jacob Tutu. I was like, that name sounds familiar. I don't remember. Yes, I do know Jacob Tutu.
I think it's the line work gives a bit more Jacob Tutu.
Nah.
A little bit. That's scratchy line work, you know?
Yeah. So mean. It's so true though. Jacob Tutu slapped, dude. I'm just saying that. Um,
I didn't really like it. Every time it came on, I was like, oh, Jacob Tutu, no.
look at that difference already. Boom. I'm not even going over the nose. I'm not even
Oh
gonna
my
bother.
goodness. Ah.
Ah, it's like she's flying away there. There she goes. Alright, collarbone higher up.
What did I like? You know what? My parents parent locked my channel, so I didn't grow up with a lot of TV shows.
Oh, Sag.
Yeah, I had to watch Kim Possible when I was in end of high school, and I really liked it. And it lined up perfectly right as I graduated, right when I finished the show. So it was actually kind of funny.
There you go. Kim Possible is so good though. Like
It is so good.
It's
It
perfect.
is so good.
Another thing I just noticed, this shirt. I don't really know what's going on here, but it kind of does this magic, and I'm not too sure where the rest of the skin is going because the rest of the body doesn't continue over here. So I'm not too sure where this torso begins and ends. But why is it this far down? This is like exposing this whole other side of this chin. This is the weirdest muscle tank I've ever seen, bro. Bring this bad
Oh,
boy
that's
up
what
over
it
here.
is. Yeah, yes, that tank top shirt that all the workout
All the
gym rats
yeah, the
wear.
gym rats. Yeah, 100%. Bring that over
Yeah.
here. It can be low cut. I like a good low cut shirt, but just like you gotta, it has to at least hug the body a little bit, you know. All right.
I think like
Oh no, go ahead.
oh yeah, no, I mean I think with the some people are like, what about the arms and elbows? I think it's just getting a solid skeletal breakdown too is like a good start
Yeah.
for it. Because right now, like the arms are different widths. It's kind of hard to give a so-called quick fix for this, just because like the shoulders probably in the wrong spot because the body width isn't quite figured out, and like getting the arm on the strings or like the neck of the guitar looks longer. Is it longer? It feels like it's way longer
Yeah.
than the arm plucking on the strings on the right. So yeah, a lot of it just really is proportional check, getting better at anatomy, and do not balloon up your arms, as one of my profs said. Don't draw balloon animal arms.
Balloon animal arms. I love it. That's such a fun way to say pillowing.
Yeah, because like the other arm's okay, the one on the neck of the guitar, but the arm on the right hand side is really ballooned up.
Oh yeah.
Like that elbow combined with how
Oh.
ovalish the biceps are, and then the forearm, man, that flat on the bottom and then really curved in the top. It's
The
not helping that balloon.
Yeah, the
feel.
Electron-Arm's going nuts over here, dude. It's like a muffin top. There's a lot going on there. Yeah, no, this bicep. A good way to test your arm length. Again, your elbow should probably meet around where your belly button is. So if you wanted to measure that out, this is nice and easy. Find where the belly button is. Point for the shoulder, point for the wrist, connect them, and you'll find where the elbow is supposed to be, right? It works if it's not outside of perspective, but if it is foreshortened, it's going to be a bit more complicated. But yeah, just make sure that you're keeping everything consistent, man. It's like everything is so inconsistent. These legs are so long! Yo, they're so long. With the same length as the... Hang on. These legs are the same length as, like, the whole upper torso.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
Oh my, wow.
My gritty, dude. That's so much. Also, these knees. I remember I said we were talking about the knees over when we talked about it. You don't have to draw that little thing, man. If you really want to add in the knees, the knee ends right here. Like, it's gonna be the majority of that section right there. Not that high up.
It also just comes down to like your style, because right now it seems like maybe you want to lean more into more stylistic, simplified, cartoony, sketchier vibe, than probably tone down on a lot of the musculature of the body, be a bit more simplified. So like someone asked like, oh, how do you avoid ballooning? And it's not necessarily that ballooning is bad, it just kind of also depends on your style. So if the person's really buff and you want to really define the muscles, then adding the bumps makes sense. But this person doesn't look really buff, and the style's super simplified, so having that really defined elbow and the really defined forearm and also like the pecs like the pectoral muscles leading up to the shoulders, so the deltoid is also really strange. So it's kind of giving and taking in terms of deciding what your style is and learning to simplify and what to show and what not to show.
Yeah, 100%. Another way to avoid ballooning, if you want to simplify all those muscles, another way to avoid ballooning is to just understand how muscles are placed. When you are drawing a muscular arm, your muscles are not going to be on the same sides of the arm like this. If you have your shoulder up here, right, if I'm to draw the muscles here for a moment, this is called your deltoid. If this is where the pectoral is, the chest. This is your bicep. And triceps are a little bit higher, I believe, on the arm. And then just your forearm muscles. There's a section here with no muscle on it, so it will dip in. Olecranon. And then your forearm muscles, like this. Right? This is a bit more intense. This is a bit more realistic, right? They all kind of... oh my god. They kind of slot into each other like... chain links. Is the way that you want to think about it. They are slotting into each other like chain links. Right? So if I am to draw this in a more simplified way, I need to switch back to my normal lasso. If I wanted to switch this up and draw it in a more cartoony way, what I just need to understand is that I have the deltoid here, the bicep will curve downwards like this, and the forearm will probably curve a little bit more upwards like that. It won't be perfectly flat here, but this side will be more puffy than the other. So it's kind of just understanding where those muscles go. If you don't want to do that, another good way to avoid pillowing is do not draw a crazy amount of definition to begin with. The way that I break down these forms for very, very beginner students is a circle for the shoulder, a cylinder for the upper arm, another circle or sphere for the elbow, and then almost like a baseball bat shape for the forearm, right? And then you get a little bit of that deltoid definition, and then the rest should be just fine. Do not draw ovals. Never draw ovals for your body, because that automatically gives you that pillowing look, right? Think more in geometry. Think more in this straight-laced geometry before getting into something like this. But that way you're not worrying about the balloon animal look to your whole body, right?
Yeah.
Anything else to add, Josh? Shall we switch over to your screen?
Oh, wait. Did you want to mention the guitar strings? I mean, it's like nothing crazy, but it's the guitar. I don't know why I said it like that, but the guitar strings right up there. Yeah. It's like, I don't know. Did you lose track of how many strings are coming out of the guitar? But I would say, like, since you're doing this digitally too, you could just use a line tool. There's no shame in using a line tool, especially for something as thin and as straight as guitar strings would be. It's super easy to just make a new layer and then use the line tool.
Yeah.
You don't have to draw them out. Yeah.
You know what, Funky Kong? You're in luck. I literally just drew somebody holding a guitar. So, literally all you need to do is just use the line tool and just straight lace them across, right? It's not the craziest thing in the world to do, right? So you gotta keep track of where all of these lines go, right? Where they're coming from and where they will end up, right? Like, no matter how many lines you give them, right, you will be able to just keep track. Because on a guitar, you're gonna have like 4 to 6. It's not the craziest amount of lines, right? And it's like you'll be able to draw that just fine. What you do, right, you create a new layer, right? Let's say you draw like your guitar, right, your funky little guitar. I don't know how to draw guitar off the top of my head, forgive me. It's an ugly guitar, dude. If you draw your guitar, right, and you draw your hands in, right? If you draw somebody, like,
Also, I will commend you. Guitar hands are hard.
They're very hard.
They are so distorted that I will, respect for attempting to draw a guitar hand playing the keys. So,
playing the keys, the strings.
The strings, true, yeah. I know music.
Yeah, I have never drawn somebody holding a guitar without a reference. Like, I always need a reference. I refuse, right? But let's say you have all the hands here, right? You've already figured out the positioning and you're like, oh shoot, I didn't draw the strings in yet. And you're like, I have to draw around these fingers and whatever. No, you don't. Use a new layer. Alright, I'm going to show you a magic trick. Alright? Use a new layer. And just draw in your lines really quickly. Like this. Right? And have them just go over the fingers. Who cares? Right? Have them just go over the fingers. If they're on a new layer, you can erase them away. Right? Not the craziest thing in the world. And it's nice and easy, and you can reposition them and change them up and whatever. Right? Just make sure that you are keeping track of the strings. Keeping track of where they go. Because I don't think that the strings of your electric guitar will start to just merge together in the center here. There's 6 strings. See, there's 6 strings. Same as this one. This is also an electric. 6 strings, right? Just keep track of them, right? So you don't get lost in the sauce when you're trying to draw your guitar.
Lost in the sauce.
Lost in the sauce.
Nice.
All right. Anything else for you, Josh?
No. I think we covered a good amount. We ran through like anatomy and everything too. So yeah.
All right.
Good.
Oh, dude, my voice is starting to hurt. Okay.
We got this. We're almost there.
Thank you. Yeah, last one. Yeah. All right. Would you like to introduce your last pick?
Yes. This is by Yarub. Yeah. Is that how? Hopefully, I'm saying it right. Let's see. I'm scrolling through the Excel sheet.
Oh shoot! Amber Sky, artist in chat.
Amber Sky. Yes. This is Is this the piece? No.
The first one. I'm the artist for the first piece. I really appreciate the critic. It's my first time doing a building. I'll definitely take all the advice. Epic. You'll love to see it. Yeah, buildings are tough if you're more into characters, but
yeah.
Because I saw the character and creature art that you submitted, and I was like, they seem like a character artist. Let's do the thing they're not comfortable with.
Environments are hard, so yeah. But this one's by Yarub, and let's see. This one I was. Yeah, this one's again also very perplexed, and I think it's because there's a lot going on in this piece.
Yeah.
For one, I think the one thing that my biggest complaint for this is like you chose kind of maybe I don't know, maybe you didn't really think about this, that it would play such a big deal, but the fact that the lighting is at the bottom kind of makes it look as if we're looking up at the person, whereas I think if you move the lighting up higher, or even just had a horizon line kind of over here, and then there's like a sunset behind them, so we get like a rim lighting on the edge and whatnot, it would change the context and angle of this completely. It would make it look as if the camera is more level and we're looking directly at the character, but because you have the lighting down here, it gives the sense that the sun is like way down at the bottom and that the horizon line is again way down at the bottom of the screen, meaning that the camera and the position of the person taking, like, let's say, if we're imagining this as like a photographer, the person's like way down, probably at the knees of this person, looking up. And because of that, everything's kind of odd of how this person is standing. I think I would redraw this and have it be more of an upshot, because if the camera's pointing up, we would probably see the bottom of this person's face. We would probably be looking at this person more of like this or something, where the eyes are down here.
I will defend this person just slightly.
Yeah,
because the file name was Big Woman, all caps.
So, true.
I assume this person was supposed to be like ginormous.
Like ginormous.
Yeah, so the sun is probably down there, all the way down there.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just weird to me. It just felt off. I think you could still make it look as if they're towering too, by just having the shot of this person be looking. We're like looking up at this. It would make it more ominous, make it more dynamic, kind of something like this.
Yeah.
Because it feels a little weird to me, and like just the scaling of this piece. And then the other big thing too is just like these arms, they all look like they're just copied and pasted. Like these 4 arms look like you drew one of them, didn't really think too much of like where they might be attached, and kind of just like, okay, I drew one, and then now I'm gonna copy and paste it, put it over here. Drew this one, copy and paste it over here. The lighting is a little bit different, but lighting also seems a little bit copied and pasted as well. So I think like the design of it is cool. I like the hair, I like the outfit, but like, you know, at least change the hand positions, you know, make them do something
Yeah.
different, because it looks like it's a mannequin just kind of doing the same pose and nothing dynamic. So change the arm angle, and even if you don't want to change the arm angle, at least change the hand poses, because they're a little bit stale and stiff.
Stale. I love it.
Yeah, stale and stiff.
Stale.
And the eye glowing one is tough. I will say that's a hard one to do when you have a light source at the bottom of your screen, like for the sunlight, and have a really strong light source coming off from the face. That's a tricky one to do, because now and it's so bright too. It looks like it's pure white light, and there's like God rays coming out from the eyes. That's a tricky one to do. I don't even know if I have kind of a way to approach this, other than I would probably just find some reference photos, try to figure out like how the light would interact with the body in a situation like this, because you've kind of set yourself up for a really tricky lighting scenario with the sunlight following on the rim and on the edge over here, but then you have this really extremely bright white light casting that should, I think, hit on every single part of the body. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like there might be this green light that would like hit at least some elements of the body and cast on some bits of the hair. With just how bright it is, it's a tricky one. It's a tricky lighting situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have anything?
Yeah, for sure. I think the lighting is especially tough because like just because of like how bright you wanted those eyes to be. I assume you have like the big woman like turning her head and looking at us, right? Eyes that bright, most of the scene is probably gonna get washed out, because like if you're looking at the camera, like that light is gonna like, it's like a whee directly in your eyes, right? And it's like, oh
Yeah,
you're getting flashbanged, right? So it's gonna be a little hard to see the rest of that body. So it's like, it's that light would probably, a light that bright would probably cover up the majority of the body again. But I think, yeah, no, exactly, like it would just be like, oh, it would just be like crazy washed out because of just how bright that light is. Yeah, no.
I think it would like completely blind out the camera.
Yeah.
Actually, it's like looking right into the lens. It'd burn out everything and whatnot.
100%.
I think like maybe a cooler shot. I don't know if it's cooler necessarily, but like you just show a little bit of the water, recontextualize it, make it a really foreshortened shot, kind of thing. If it's a giant woman, you know, really make it feel like she's ginormous and everything. It's, you know, especially if you have like these long multiple arms and this kind of flowing cloak and everything hanging down, really selling the scale of it would be like nice to kind of just do it in this way.
Yeah, more
also, I think if the clouds are at the bottom, you know, the clouds should maybe also have a bit more yellow, warmer glow at the bottom of them too, because I think they're a bit too cold. Yeah, they're really blue actually.
Yeah, they're very blue.
They're really saturated. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
This one's a tricky one. Not gonna lie though.
No, I 100%, if I may switch back to my screen, you're 100% right with the scaling. When you have like a piece, there's a big concept artist trick. When you have a piece where you want something to seem really huge, you need a reference point to really sell how big this person is, right? We can tell that this woman is big, but you want to make her look really big. Get that low angle, right? You're totally right. Have the horizon line down here. Maybe have her like a super high up angle, and have like her like really towering down in some way. Maybe don't even show the bottom of her feet. Maybe just have like trees here. Right? Maybe you just want to have like trees like framing her presence, kind of thing. So
yeah, in the end it comes down to thumbnailing, guys.
Yeah, thumbnailing, very important. It's you could have trees here, and if the trees are that small, this person must be like ginormous. You could even do like a Simon Stalenhag type beat thing, where if you like have like the like there's a person here, right? Maybe like they're next to their car or something. Like their car is kind of like here, whatever. I can't draw cars. If their car is kind of here, and then it's like off in the distance, the horizon line's all the way over here. There's like a bunch of trees. Oh my god, please speed back up. I know. You don't like that I've been using you all day. Come on now. Come on. It's okay. Okay. So, if you just imagine like a bunch of... Oh my god. Come on. Please. I'm so sorry. Like, if you just imagine a bunch of like trees here, right? And then like maybe you just have like her like in the distance, she's kind of like the atmospheric perspective type B, so she's still kind of foggy, like, but she's still like the main focal point because she's so large. Then maybe you have more bushes, maybe there's a road.
It's a Titan.
It's a Titan, yeah, 100%. Right? But yeah, like having a reference point for how large this person is, that's a really big like technique in like concept art. If you've ever seen like these huge areas that concept artists draw, and then they like these huge areas that our concept artists draw, and then they put like a boat or a tiny person in there, it really gives you a sense of scale of how big this area is because you have a reference point that you recognize, right? You have a person in there, you have a car, you have a boat, and you know how big those are. Right? In the back of your brain. You may not know exactly how big they are, but you've probably seen a boat before. I know you've seen a person before. So you know how big those are in comparison to what it is that you're looking at. If you've never seen any Simon Stalenhag work before. Simon Stalenhag.
Oh, his stuff is crazy.
He's one of my favorite artists. Simon Stalenhag.
His files are huge too. If you go to his website, they're massive.
Massive. Yeah. But if you notice, hang on, let's open some of these. Right? It's like, this is another one of my favorites, right? It's like this huge, like, you understand, you know how big a highway is, you know how big a police car is, you know how big bushes are, and that kind of gives you this reference scale for how big this critter is, right? Same with this funky little piece here, right? You know how big trees are, you know how big people are, and those give you a reference point for how big this strange alien structure is, right? It gives you that kind of sense of scaling. Right? It gives you an idea. Even if it's not huge, oopsies, even if the item isn't huge, right? It can still be large, and it gives you that kind of idea of how big it is. Again, truck in the back, kids right here, right? And it gives you that idea of how actually big this foreign object is, right? And it gives you that kind of sense of scaling. So that's another big thing that this piece is lacking, is that sense of scale. It's just big woman against the sky, right? There's nothing really helping us distinguish how big woman is. If you didn't want to draw more things, what else you could do? Guess what we also know the scaling of? Clouds. If you had a bunch of clouds, oh my god, where's my cloud brush? I don't feel like drawing clouds off the rip right now. Tree leaves, liner. Where's my cloud brush?
Those are drawings? Yes, they are drawings. If you zoom in, there's like brush strokes and textures. Yeah.
Yo, I can't find my cloud brush. Did I lose my cloud brush or something? How do you lose a brush? How do you lose a woman? You forget to cherish her. Okay. Let's just pretend. I guess I'll have to do it by hand now. Oof, bless me.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you. But again, right, if you just kind of added like some clouds, like again Josh said, it needs some warmth on the bottom of them because of where
I think the sky in general also very, very desaturated.
Yeah,
it looks like it's supposed to be a clear sky kind of thing too.
Yeah, you just get like a little bit of clouds going around here. And that also gives you a really nice sense of scale because she's very, very large and clouds are also very, very large. So if they're kind of around her torso and look really small, how big must this woman be? You could even do this fun little thing.
It's birds.
Birds, yeah.
Good old birds.
Little birds. Little V shapes, right? Not a lot of effort, but it does a world, right? Like without width, right? And suddenly she feels so much bigger, right? You can really give that sense of scale there. Another little note I would say is that, like, you have so much detail here, but because of how dark you've made this shadow, you're really washing it out. So I would say what you should probably do instead is, like, let me do a trick here. Let's see if this works. If I can do this, then I'm a genius. If it doesn't work, whoops.
Oh, atmospheric perspective?
No. I'm trying to lighten this up a little bit. See if I can bring it back. Yeah, there we go. So if you lighten this up just a little bit, right, we can bring some of that detail back. This looks really awkward. Just, like, don't worry about it. I'm just trying to give, like, just a small example of how this would work. Let me just smooth this out a little bit so that it's not, like... It's a quick fix, so don't expect it to be pretty. It just kind of gives the idea, right? So this area is your darker area, right? Everything needs scaling of some kind, and this includes your lighting. If you are doing, like, very slight lighting on the edge, right, and then you decide to make the rest of the body in shadow, what you're gonna see the majority of the time is the rest of the body, right? You're not really gonna see the stuff that's in light. So if you make all of this really dark and let the detail shine through on areas that people won't really notice, you're hurting yourself, right? Because you're making this all washed out. So if you brighten this back up and then make this edge lighting, where the light no longer really shows off detail, in fact it washes it out.
She eats whales.
She eats whales! But yeah, now this lighting feels more intense. Now it feels like your eyes are used to seeing the darkness by comparison to the light. Right? This
Yeah,
also
that's
makes
so much better.
Yeah, it makes the lighting a little bit more dynamic. Look at that difference, right? And it really...
Contextual.
Like, it's quick, but it gives the idea of what you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a video from another artist, I can't remember his name, but he said a concept like this, like, depending on where your eyes are focusing on, that's where the most detail should be. So if you are in, like, imagine, like, you're in a dark room, right, and your eyes are adjusted to that darkness, somewhere, if, like, there's, like, a pinprick of light somewhere, that pinprick is gonna look so much brighter because your eyes are used to that darkness, and vice versa. If your eyes are used to the light, the darkness looks so much darker because your eyes are used to the light. So whatever is there's more concentration of, that is what should hold the detail, and then everything else should, like, help, like, mitigate that detail and help it, like, fade away. So if you have a mostly dark piece, your lighting will automatically, like, blow out the rest of what is drawn on here. So this edge lighting in this case would really help make this piece feel so much stronger in that way, because then you have all this beautiful detail that isn't getting lost because you decided to make all this dark and this really, really bright. Right? Kind of.
Yeah, it's like contrast.
Contrast, yeah.
Because, like, you added the highlight, it's now really... It gives the sense that the shadow area is really dark, even though you brightened it up and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. What else can I add? Your lips are over-rendered. So, when you are rendering any kind of lips... Oh,
Those frosted lips?
Yeah,
lipstick.
Frosted lipstick! You lasso dueled it. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Alright, if you are doing any kind of lips, right, can you have them, like, super bright against this? Sure. But, like, I actually just, it's a lot nicer if you just, like... These lips bothered me the second I saw them. And because this one is facing downwards, the upper lip is going to be darker than the other one. Because the light is coming from above, so this is going to be darker. I don't even like drawing lips. I actually hate drawing lips. If I had to pick a spot on the body that I'm the weakest at, it's lips. It's always been like that. And then you can just add a little highlight.
True. I try not to over-render lips either.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep them subtle.
Much nicer. Say that. Look at that. Feels much more natural, right? If you wanted that bright lip, then make sure that it's seen throughout everything and not like it's like a bright highlight around the edges. Right? Your lips are actually at an angle like this. Right, so if there is a light coming up here, the light will hit here, but not at the upper lip. Right, so if there is a light coming from above, which I assume are the eyes, you're gonna have the upper lip be in shadow, and the lower lip will have the light hitting it. And then vice versa. If you have a a light from under here, then the upper lip will not be in shadow, but the lower lip will be. Think of it as like an inverse thing. Yeah. Any final thoughts, Josh? Got a couple minutes remaining. Switch back.
No, I think you covered like a good amount. Yeah, good change to the lighting. The rim lighting really changes it.
Yeah, it really does help kind of make it feel more intense. Josh, have you played Smash Bros since the Barbie stream?
Have you played Smash Bros?
Since the Barbie stream? Because apparently, I guess you guys talked about it.
No. I don't remember. My memory's gone so bad. Did I mention Smash Bros? I mean, I have it. It's on my Switch, but I haven't played it.
You haven't played it before?
No, I have played it, but I haven't. I have like no characters unlocked.
Really?
Zero characters. Yeah.
I have all of them, bro.
Yeah. I don't know why. Just like after Brawl, I don't know. No interest in like completing Smash Bros.
I so get that. No, like the Brawl had the best story. I hate all like I'm sorry for all of you Brawl haters, or if you're a melee, like if you're like I'm a melee person, you're like, oh, I don't like how floaty everything is. Okay, stop. It was too heavy. I didn't like the feeling of melee either. Okay, Brawl had the best story. I don't care what anybody says. Brawl had the best story. It was so edgy.
Yes. Subspace was so good.
Subspace was so good. Brawl had like such a good story. It was so edgy. It was so fun. I loved how like edgy they made all these really cute characters. And I'm like, bro, it was just I loved Brawl, dude. Like, Brawl is like my everything. It took me so long to find it. Like, 10-year-old Jessie really had, like, struggled to beat the Subspace Emissary. But I was like, I did it, though.
This was, like, my childhood for sure. I think maybe that's why. Because it's like, afterwards, nothing really quite, filled that spot. Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. Alright, though. That's 5 o'clock, Josh. We've done it. We did it. We've reached the end.
Yeah.
How are we
feeling? Is the end. It was good. It is good. It's good. I think we ran through a good different types of pieces with different skill levels. So I think we ran through the gamut of different art principles and everything too. So
yeah, we really covered good spectrum here. I apologize if everybody expected us to be a little bit angrier. I think we're both tired from teaching all day, going straight into our roast.
I think some people were like, "Oh, this is more art crit," and they kind of like that. Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's good. We're still giving feedback, so it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. All right, though. Some more closing things from me. Again, don't know too much about us. Hi, if you're new here to the studio, welcome. If you don't know too much about the studio, don't know too much about us. We're not just a YouTube channel. We're also an art studio. Be sure to check us out. Wingcanvas.com. Be sure to check out the classes that we offer over at wingcanvas.com. We just brought back fall classes, so both Josh and I teach fall classes. That's what we taught right before this. So if you'd like to check out the remaining classes that have available spots, please be sure to do so. I teach digital illustration mentorship, which is for the more advanced people, and I teach digital art, which is a very small amount of spots left. Josh teaches both animation and I believe you teach painting, right? Or you? Yeah,
this morning was drawing and painting mentorship.
Yeah, drawing and painting and animation. So if you would like to take either of those with Josh as well, those are available. If you like what you see here, we haven't actually drawn anything today, but if you would like to see any of the work that we do, download any of the JPEGs that we offer, you're gonna have to join our Discord. Joining the Discord will also get you access to the giveaway that is happening currently, which closes on the 15th, so be sure to join that before time is up. You have the chance to win an XP Pen tablet or two. So it'll just take 2 minutes to complete a survey, and you'll be able to enter for a chance to win. And any files that we upload on the Discord, if you would like a chance to see our working files, you're gonna have to join our Patreon, either our Patreon or become a YouTube member to download any files with layers. If you would like to see those, there's also some behind the scenes content, early access videos photos? Videos. Early access videos, class recordings, anything of the sort over on Patreon and as a YouTube member. This Sunday, oops, wrong one. This Sunday, you're going to be with Iggy. Iggy will tell you the same thing. Oh, it's actually tomorrow. Iggy will be teaching you guys how to draw a desert landscape tomorrow. So if you'd like to join him for that, then you will be there to see him. And then I believe next week, you're going to be streaming, Josh, once again. I believe you're going to be showing them how to animate water. So
Yeah.
Josh will be back here next week, Saturday. And then I believe I will be here the week after. But all right, y'all. Thank you all so much for joining today, and I'll see y'all next week. Or Josh will see you next week. I'll see you the week after. Au revoir. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.